This was when I knew I needed to cut out my toxic friend. It wasn't when she slept with the guy I was dating in my own house. It wasn't when she was stealing loads of money off her family, they kicked her out and then I put a roof over her head and she wasn't grateful. It wasn't when she was living with me and she used to always want to bring men back to my house, and when I would say no, because not only is it my house but it's also my daughter's house, she would get annoyed at me for saying no. That wasn't when I cut her out. I'll tell you when I cut her out. I swear to God, the only reason why I stayed friends with this person for so long was I had known her since primary school. I'd known her since I was 5. I stopped talking to her when I was about 21. I always felt like, oh, well, I've known her since I was 5. You know, when you're just not thinking quality. I should have been thinking quality. I was thinking, no, I've known her for so long. Oh, she's got nowhere to live. Da, da, da. I just made excuses for her. This is when I cut her out though. So one of my first ever jobs I had was in an office. And me and a group of others at the office, we used to go out for drinks. And we decided one night to go out drinking in Balham. Everyone was going straight after work, but I needed to go home first to take my daughters to my mum's for the evening. I then also decided, once I dropped my daughter off, to go to my friend's house for pre-drinks. We will call this girl I've been talking about, we will call her Jane. Jane. So I went to Jane's house, I'm pre-drinking, she knows I'm only going to be there for like an hour and then I'm going to Balham. As I'm booking my Uber, she then turns to me and says, can I come? If any other friend had asked me, I wouldn't have even hesitated to say yes. I would be like, yes, absolutely, it will be 10 times more fun with you there. But with her, I hesitated. I paused and actually thought about it because my first thought was no, I don't want to bring you. So then I'm sort of thinking, why? Why don't I want to bring her? And I realised it's because I was embarrassed. Whether this is right or wrong or fair or not, people will judge you based on the company you keep. If you hang around a bunch of druggies, people will probably assume that you're a druggie. This girl was embarrassing. She was the type of person that would try to sleep with 30 people in a month. I'm not exaggerating. Now, usually I don't care who sleeps with who and how many people have slept with. I was concerned for my friend because her sleeping around was coming from a place of low self-esteem. It wasn't coming from a place of empowerment or just enjoyment. It was coming from, I have low self-esteem, so I need to seek it from other people. Bear in mind, this girl also slept with someone I was dating, like I mentioned. I will tell a whole story time about that one. She was also very crude. She could be vulgar. Her language, you know, I'm a swearer, right? I do swear, but not in every other sentence. And multiple other things, which I won't get into now because I don't want to turn this into a bitchy thing. But anyway, yes, I just realised in that moment, I'm embarrassed of this person. I don't want my colleagues to meet her. I don't want my colleagues to think that I associate with this person. And I don't want people to think that I'm similar to her because I hang around with her. With my job, although we would go out and have a good time and have drinks, we worked like for the government. It was a very professional role. The type of job that even when you're out having a good time, you still have to know your limit. You still need to know your company. And I just didn't want her around that. So I've hesitated and I made up, this is what I said to her. I was like, oh, I wish you could come, but my colleagues don't let us bring anyone that we don't work with. She knew instantly I was lying. How could you not? It's the dumbest excuse. And as I'm waiting for my Uber, it was super awkward because she knew I was lying and I knew she knew I was lying. I went to Balham. We never spoke again. Never spoke again. We didn't argue. We didn't have a talk about it. Nothing. We just never messaged each other again. I never messaged her because, like I said, I realised if I'm embarrassed of this person, why am I friends with this person? Why am I friends with someone I'm embarrassed of? Because if any one of my other friends, like I said, if anyone else had asked to come, I would have brought them along straight away. And now she can't be my friend anymore because she knows I'm a bad friend. It was the right thing to do for me, but it was a very selfish thing. And it's important to be selfish, but at the end of the day, she would have seen me as a bad friend. To her, I'm now a liar. I don't know if she ever figured out like the embarrassment part of it all. She just knew I did not want her there for whatever reason and I was lying about it. I'm glad she's not in my life anymore though. I didn't realise how, you know when you don't realise how toxic someone is until you remove them and you suddenly have peace. So I don't regret cutting her out. I just wish I'd done it sooner. I should have done it when I was 10. I still feel bad about that though. But what can you do?